Hey everybody, thanks for watching, and just a quick reminder that Ancient Religion Volume 1 is now available on paganism. There's a lot of good information in that video. You guys definitely gonna want to check it out. Also keep in mind that the 2019 digital downloads are done, so you guys will not be receiving that link. So if you are a Never Pay Again member, you'll get the link. Definitely take advantage of that sale because it won't be around for too much longer. Also, I know a lot of you guys wanted to see if it was possible to split the payments on the Never Pay Again sale. So I have that available for you guys. If you guys want to split the payment up to 2 payments, that's available for you. So definitely take advantage of that. The deal also comes with all the previous digital downloads. And once you make the first payment, you will get that download link. After you make the second one, you will be officially on that Never Pay Again list. So for the people that was inquiring about that, definitely take advantage of that. It's available, and it's not going to be available for everybody. It's only a certain amount of people, probably first 15, 20 people that takes advantage of it before it gets taken down. So it's probably going to be taken down once a certain amount of people takes advantage of it. So definitely take advantage of it as quickly as possible, because I can't really, do that for a lot of people. So definitely take advantage of it. People still waiting on books. A lot of you will be receiving emails today for tracking numbers, and I'm still getting those books out. So I really appreciate you guys' support and understanding and patience on the whole thing. It's a lot of books I still have to get out, and I'm personally, if you got an email from me, I'm personally shipping your book myself, signed copy. So obviously, I don't have 24 hours a day to get the books out, but I'm moving as fast as I can. And please understand, you definitely will get your book. I'm not trying to, hold the books any longer than I have to. If you order the book, you will get the book. There's a lot of people that's understandably so, impatient, but you will definitely receive the book. It's coming. I promise you that. And a lot of you guys will be getting tracking numbers today and, throughout the week. But I'm getting them out as fast as I can. And I appreciate the patience. But yeah, definitely take advantage of the Never Pay Again sale. Take advantage of this digital download sales. A lot of new people to the site, and a lot of them was talking about videos that I make reference of as far as DVDs. So I'm going to do a sale for this weekend only for, all previous, including the new one, and previous DVDs. Take advantage of it. It's cheap. So definitely grab those downloads. And as I said, you guys have as much time as needed to download from that download site. If you run out of time, just request more time on the site. I'm moving as quickly as I can to update everything. There's a lot of stuff coming, as I said it would be in the beginning of the year. So definitely, stick with me, stay tuned, and there's a lot of stuff coming. But I want to get into this video, of course, and of course the whole Kobe Bryant thing happened, and it just shocked everybody. I mean, people who know me know I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. I'm a big Jordan fan. I always was into sports. Kobe is from the area. I'm from Philly. So, it's just super sad when you look at the whole thing. But to get into this, you have people, it's a lot of videos online right now about the whole Kobe Bryant, Illuminati death, and so on and so forth. You got a lot of people coming out bashing the people who putting out the videos. And recently, Dr. Umar has been putting out videos and really getting into the whole thing. And a lot of people have been, bashing him about what he's been saying. But if you've seen my last video, the video I put out on the economy, and I said, this is more than just trade. And you got to understand, like, it's deeper than us just trading with China. Now, my email, my timeline, just the internet period, I've been seeing so much news articles about Kobe Bryant and his business dealings with China. And a lot of you probably have too. So I don't think it's, far-fetched to look at the situation and say, well, damn, maybe Kobe was into something that they didn't want him being into, and that's what happened. But I just put out the video the other day, and I put out the video talking about how America and China have this secret little war that's going on between them two in trade. And it just so happened that Kobe Bryant, for, over a decade now, has been dealing with China and so many business dealings. Forbes estimated Kobe worth, mostly in basketball only, at over $700 million. Meaning Kobe Bryant was a billionaire. Kobe Bryant had a lot of money. And he had a lot of business ventures in China, dealing with the Chinese. And he had a lot going on. So to me, you got to look at that and look at the timing of all of this. The fact that we have these issues with China going on right now, and all the issues with trade and everything like that. Then it just so happens that, you know, Kobe dies the way he dies. And for the stupid people, because we got to deal with these sheeple who think we crazy or think it's, you know, stupid for us to put out any kind of information, or people that's put out information about Illuminati, Kobe death, and so on and so forth. Like, you know, people just crazy. You can't look at this stuff and just tell me this is a coincidence. LeBron breaks his record in Philly, needing 18 points to do so. The numbers are all there, and it's even scary how much the numbers are there with Kobe, and how much his numbers and LeBron numbers, and when you look at milestones in Kobe's life, how they equal to the Lakers and how they equal to his death, how they equal to 9, 11, 25, the numbers we find when we see these deaths, you know, these so-called sacrifices. So it's deep. It's something that you can't ignore, and I don't expect people who is not into this type of information and who don't really study esoteric or occult studies to get it. They say the numbers, and, you know, everybody got their jokes, you know, when we talk about this stuff. Oh, 1 and 2 is 7, so Illuminati did it. You know, stupid shit like that. But they don't really get what we're talking about. They don't get about gematria. They don't get about these occult numbers and what they mean to these secret societies and what they mean, you know, historically. But it's everywhere with Kobe. It's inescapable. It's like we can't not see it there. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into all of it because it's just it's crazy. It's a lot of it. And anybody with a brain, I mean, we have forensic psychologists and investigators and Interpol and all kinds of people that have jobs to basically take information like this and figure out what happened. And as any kind of investigator or any kind of person that's in law enforcement, I mean, you can't look at the numbers as it pertains to Kobe and his death and the Lakers and just, you know, say it's coincidence. I mean, it's crazy. But of course, they're not ever going to look into anything like this. This is why they made sure they were in every facet of entertainment and law enforcement, so they can control everything. And this is what they're doing. But we can look at it and say, yeah, Kobe messed up. Or maybe he was into something they didn't want him to be into, and that's what got him killed. Why they killed his daughter, I mean, it seems more like they were pissed off than anything else. I mean, that seems like the killing of his daughter and, you know, those other people, I don't know what they have to do with it. I mean, of course, looking at it, you would just say, oh, tragic accident and everything like that. But you got to look at everything. Everybody seen the cartoon with him in a helicopter that crashed. And, you know, you had a commercial with him in a copter flying over the Staples Center. And you have the Grammys and him dying today, the Grammy Awards that happened to be at the Staples Center. I mean, and it's a lot. It's just a lot to look at and just like, you know, feel like there's something up with the whole situation. And then when you look at this whole China situation and the business dealings that Kobe's supposed to have had with them and everything, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't think Umar or anybody else is in left field with the information that they've been putting out, because it makes sense. It fits. Especially now when we look at the fact that we having all these issues with China, and I don't know exactly what it was. But I mean, to kill him that way and kill his daughter, and that's how, you know, how they posted it too, killed, victims, as if something was done to these people. You're a victim when something is done to you. You know, you're killed when somebody kills you. And this is how they've been posting the narrative, you know, for the whole thing, as if he was killed or whatever. But, you know, to me personally, you look at this whole thing, we understand this, you know, Illuminati, and you look at a lot of the Kobe commercials and you see a lot of the symbolism in a lot of his commercials. So we know he was dealing with them people on that level. And, you know, what makes him, you know, do this kind of business with them or against them or whatever the situation was and feel like he can get away with it. I don't understand that part, but For him to die that way, it's crazy. And then with all the numerology behind it and all the symbolism behind it, I can't look at it and say it's just a coincidence. It's definitely suspect as hell. And it's just another situation where they're controlling black wealth. They're controlling what we do. They're controlling black economics. I mean, if Kobe was going over there and trying to start some kind of European league, or, you know, have some kind of major production company or whatever he was doing that was so huge. I mean, you can look at a lot of the articles, and there's a lot of them, and he had a lot of business dealings with China. And I don't know if America was just pissed and was like, okay, we're gonna fuck up all your shit y'all got with Kobe by offing him, or what's going on. But it's no coincidence that now, at this time, when we're having these issues with China and we're having these issues with trade, and, you know, LeBron breaks his record, you got the Grammy Awards at the Staples Center and everything like that, then this dude dies in a chopper accident, and then these stupid ass people walking around talking about something was just an accident. Why can't whenever a celebrity die, it just be an accident? Why gotta be some Illuminati bullshit? And this is why we never going to get ahead. This is why they're on top and we are being ruled by them. Because if white people would have came out and said something about it, people would have been listening. But as soon as a black person come out and say something about another black man, you know, being killed, you got other black people that don't even want to jump to his aid, or even just like keep their mouth shut to let him get the whole point out. They want to jump on a bandwagon all quick and say, you know, shut the fuck up. Everybody wants something to say. Everybody want to say something against somebody trying to really make a valid point to me. And I don't understand the whole beef or problems people have with Umar. To me, everything I've seen from this guy has been good information. He's only ever tried, to me, to help black people, from what I've been seeing. So I don't get the whole everybody coming at him about this information and what he's been putting out. But like I said, before Kobe died, I already put the video out about us in China, and then now, you know, this information right here, it makes sense when you put it all together. It's like, damn. I mean, especially when you look at the kind of money and the type of dealings he was going to have with China. So it's definitely something people got to look into more, and can't scratch their head and say, oh, it's just a coincidence, because it's the head scratcher. It's like, what makes you scratch your head even more about the situation is the numbers, the numerology, and that's the creepy part, because we're talking about, you know, his birth date, death date, when he first came into the league. I mean, the numerology is there in so many different ways, even with his daughter and her name, and so on and so forth, as if they knew this was going to happen. And that's the crazy part. It's like they knew it was going to happen. They knew he was going to go this route. They knew they was going to kill him. And it's like, you know, the choices you make. It's like, could he have changed his destiny or his fate? What could he have done differently? I don't understand. Like, it's so deep when you really get into it. I'm not trying to go too deep into it, trying to make it simple as I can. But when you start really getting into those numbers, yo, this shit gonna blow your mind, man. It's gonna blow your mind when you look at it, because it's like, well, damn, it's like this was meant to be or something. Like, it was always meant to go down this way for this man's life since the day he was born. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's like, you know, how did they know? How did they know? It messes with your head when you get, because I've been digging with these numbers ever since he died. Like, what the hell is going on? But I honestly do believe it has to do with China and the situation with China. So to me, you know, these black celebrities, these athletes out here got to really take a look in the mirror, man, because if they'll do this to Kobe, they'll do this to anybody. Kobe, we talking about megastar. I was in LA when he died. You know, I was at the pier in Santa Monica. It's an Asian dude with a Kobe jersey on. You know, he's bawling his eyes out. You know, Chinese dude crying. And, you know, he just like, you know, I just had to say something to him, like, you know what I'm saying? And he just, you know, he said he got up this morning and he put on Kobe jersey, never knowing Kobe was going to die that day. It just happened he had Kobe jersey on. A lot of people did. It's LA. And he had his jersey on, and he's just like, man, I never would imagine that would happen. And this dude loved Kobe. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. And a lot of people were sad out there, and it was a messed up situation. But that's a big energy jerk to me. Like, you talking about Kobe, a cool dude. A lot of people loved him. You know, a lot of people saying it felt like somebody in my family died, and Kobe just seemed like a cool dude. You know, you had the little allegations with him and the chick that he supposed to have raped, and all that was suspect. But besides that, on his name, there's nothing you can really say bad about the man, except for, he cheated on his wife. But other than that, he raised some good girls. He was a good father, and he loved that girl. And for them to do that, it's like, man, this was seems like some seriously, pissed off shit. But it just goes to show you, like, no matter who you is, if you're doing something with business, and they don't mind you doing business here in America, because they can control that. If you're doing business here in America, they can control that. They can control, import, export, how you doing what. But you talking about international stuff, and you talking about anything that's going to rival the NBA, they're going to be on that. Because think about it. If Kobe Bryant was to start a league overseas, and you talking about the financial backing of somewhere like China and other European nations, where do you think black people going? If it's a problem in America, they don't like the way the NBA treating them, black people going to go to Kobe League. They're going to go over there. They're going to go where he at. And as far as his other business dealings, what he was doing, I guess he was coming too big. I guess he was involved in some major stuff. And they don't want us doing that. They don't want any black person having something that major that's outside of their control. And I told you guys, I talked about before, when you go back and do the research and look, in the 1950s, remember, I think it was 74 where America started doing relations with China again as far as trade. But before that, trade was sketchy. And African Americans, black people in America, was trading with China. China was basically trying to create a major economic situation for black people in America in the 1950s and 60s. And black people was trading with them, and then, by the time desegregation happened and they separated us and broke up that unity, you had to deal done with China, and that started it. But, it destroyed us economically. But if you think about it, if you have black people together with that money, and remember, this is right around the same time, you already had Chinese in America, but you had a lot of them come over once that trade deal happened in the 70s with China. They came over and they started setting up businesses, and that's when we really start to first see the Chinese businesses all throughout America. So the dry cleaning and the stores, and all that started happening right around that time when this deal happened. But before then, you had us working with the Chinese and trying to really change our situation. And America looked at that and said, we got to fucking break up the unity of these black folks and control them. So desegregation it destroyed all that, destroyed the unity, which is why, people was talking about Dr. King's birthday and all that, and I always put my information out there that, desegregation destroyed us economically. It destroyed our unity. It destroyed everything. And King was a part of that. Whether he understood or not, it is what it is. He was financed by them motherfuckers to do exactly what he did. Just that simple. But we have a record of us trying to work with the Chinese, and then the Chinese are in Africa because they believe that they can get more out of the Africans than a white man can, or they want a piece of that, African pie, as Leopold said. But Africans would be more inclined to work with them than Europeans in a lot of cases. But as I talked about in the video, it's about controlling those resources. And China went in there, and they have been involved in a lot of stuff America has been involved with, as far as trade. But this is something that's been around for a long time. And you got to understand, we're talking about superpowers. And as I said in Saturn Satan series, you have the leaders of the world. These people all over the world, they got together at some point, and they basically put together their plan for global domination to control the masses of people on the planet. And that's us. They've been controlling us and scamming us for a long time. And they make sure that their bloodline, their people, are the ones that's in power. Which is why when we look at these American presidents, they all related. We can trace them all, back to each other. And you have something put together called a kingdom. Think about that. Like, if it's a kingdom, this means that if you're not in the bloodline of that royal family, you can never rule. You can never be one of them. You can never be on top. You have to always be under that king. Who the hell made you king? What divine force said that you are a king over all men? And this is why religion is important. It has to come into play so they can say that God put them in their place of power, because God will be over us. So they are a royal family, divinely put there by, some kind of spiritual power, and we're supposed to be just subservient to them. And we accept that. We just accept it. And they make sure it's their people that's ruling and controlling everything over us. And we just got to sit back and, you know, and just take what they give us. And they just been scamming us for centuries. For centuries. We're not getting what we should get. And, you know, we got to abide by their rules. And that's basically what's been going on. So you have these people at the top. And just like Highlander, there can only be one. You go around, it's a bunch of powerful people, you cut off their head, you take their power. There's symbolism in Highlander. You got to pay attention to it. But there can be only one. And America and, you know, Britain, Rome, what have you, they want to be the only one. And when I say the only one, we're talking about the white power. Now, China, whatever deal they made with the white man a long time ago, obviously included them diluting themselves. Because Chinese people wasn't that fucking white as they are now. So I guess as a show of good faith, they mixed them with that white man hard. And their skin is white and pale as hell. And they're walking around with umbrellas in the sun to stay white. Because that's how serious it is over there. But now, everybody is defeated. You have Iran hobbling around. Syria is on its deathbed. And the last free nations you will be North Korea. You have Iran. You have Russia. You have China. I mean, and Cuba to a certain point, but, you know, we'll basically have Cuba. Cuba ain't put up no kind of fight. They can take Cuba whenever they want to. But, what they don't have in their bag already, they already have destabilized and already working on, and it's basically can't really fight back. So now it's down to the superpowers. And this is where the whole World War III stuff comes in there when people say it's going to be World War III. Because now these people have everything. They got the resources they have, and then now they're coming after each other. And it's not going to be easy for America to just take China. So they're trying to do it in a different way without starting a war. So this is what all this little bullshit is back and forth with trade and everything like that. Because, as I said in the last video, if you come together with a plan to take over the world, or a plan to do anything and it doesn't go to plan, everybody trying to scramble and take what they can take on the way out the door. And China is like trying to position itself to get as much as possible because they know that America and the powers that be are doing the same. So what did I tell you guys in the first video? Before the freaking earthquake happened, I told y'all, China has been going into these Caribbean islands, into Jamaica, into Puerto Rico, into the Bahamas, and basically, you know, getting themselves into that economy so they can basically position themselves to boost it up and control it. And then you have, you know, the hurricanes, you have the earthquake. Jamaica just had that one. And I said it, and there it was. So all of this stuff happening around the same time with this Kobe death is not a coincidence. And when you look at the business dealings of Kobe Bryant as it relates to China, it all fits. So when you pay attention, they basically have been showing you on social media and in the media that they basically did kill Kobe, and the reason why they did it, with them now coming out talking about this trade and everything like that. And then now they're going to resort to what they always do when something like this happens, and that's bashing the person. So you've been seeing the media go back and revisit the whole rape case and, you know, issues with his wife and everything like that, which he was doing before they got married and everything like that. And this is how they do it. This is how they do it. Try to discredit the man in some way, shape, or form to make people less sympathetic to his passing. And, you know, you have people that already are. You have people that actually coming out saying, well, he's a rapist. And God did what he did. And the stupid ass people that saying pray for Kobe. Hey, Kobe's fucking dead. Pray for him for what? Praying ain't help that helicopter not crash. Praying ain't fucking save him and his daughter. Like, these people kill me with this stupid ass pray for people shit. But everybody got their opinions and everybody has, you know, they're entitled to them. But you can't look at this, especially him being black, and just say it's a coincidence when we're looking at all this whole situation with business and trade and everything like that. And Kobe having a huge stake and creating something amazing, you know, with China. And then, you know, he's gone because America has this situation with China. But you can think I'm crazy. You can think it's far-fetched or it don't add up. If you really look into this stuff, it adds up, 100%. It adds up completely. It's just no other way to look at it than that. And again, I mean, it fits with what they have been doing to us. Whenever we try to do anything business-wise, I mean, look with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby tried to, get NBC and try to, come up with his own network, and they killed the son. And then they discredited him. And look where he at today. Look what's going on with him now. So you got to look at stuff, man, and look at how they oppress us and how they keep us, somewhere where they can reach. Where they can reach us and have control over us, and they don't want us doing certain things. Like, these dudes think that they untouchable when they get to a certain level and have a certain amount of money. I would think, people would realize once Michael Jackson was gone, and then Prince. I mean, come on, if they'll kill Michael Jackson and Prince, especially Michael Jackson being probably the biggest celebrity of all time, they'll off anybody. But these other celebrities, these black athletes, got to look at this, and they got to ask themselves, like, what did I get myself into? And am I willing to just shut up and take the money and dribble the ball and just live, a life, a successful life or what have you? Or am I willing to stand up for my people? And that's the reason why we never going to get anywhere, is because they're not. They're not. I mean, on that Sunday when Kobe died, I felt like the world should stop. I honestly did. I felt like damn, like we need to stop and figure this one out, because this is crazy. And of course, life goes on, and he wasn't involved in what he wasn't involved in, and it is what it is. But it's like, man, it was an energy jerker, and it's just crazy. It's crazy how it went down, and these people got to really figure out what side they on, and is it worth it? And I guess it is. These people willing to do whatever to be famous, or we'll kill each other and kill our own family members for fame and fortune, and it's crazy. So I feel for his wife and his kids, his daughters that's still around. They gotta live with that, man. They gotta deal with that. I mean, Kobe was big to us, but we talking about, this was their dad. This was her husband, man. Like, they was really, that's family. They don't get no closer than that. And just seeing the reaction from the basketball players, Shaq crying on TV, and players could not play. They was really like, I can't play. Like, they just really was messed up. And it's understandably so. And I couldn't imagine. Especially people who have known them. Now, I've seen Kobe play live. I was a big fan. I always will be a big fan. But this is what happens in this business, in this entertainment business, and we are so into it, and we're letting them control us. We're giving our energy to it, and they're using it to destroy us. And as I always say, we find entertainment in our own destruction, and we keep giving them the power to destroy us instead of trying to do something different. I mean, what could they do if we just stopped and did our own thing? There's nothing they could do, because everybody would follow us. And when you see the relentlessness, how they are, if any inkling of us rising up, arises, they're on it swiftly. They're on it quickly, and they don't care. They don't care who they got to kill to make sure something doesn't happen that's going to allow us to rise in power slightly, especially if it's out of their control. So, it's messed up. It's messed up, but it just goes to show you that, this is white power control. This is them, keeping themselves in that position. No doubt in my mind, he was killed. No doubt at all to me. So I'm not saying, this is the reason why for sure they killed him or what have you. But to me, it seemed like it has to be. I don't know what else he could have possibly been doing. I don't know. But to me, looking at what's going on today, and the fact that this dude had dealings with China, and they had this little war with China, I mean, it fits. It just fits to me. But it's a situation that we got to look at. And again, we already know what it is. We already know how this oppression works and the stuff that they do. But it's just all the more reason why we got to get our shit together. I look at us and I see how messed up we is and how far gone we are, especially now with this situation, because people are already making jokes They got memes. I seen a freaking picture of Jesus crossing over Kobe. Like, come on. It's crazy. I feel like this right here, I mean, people got to look at it and wake up. But I don't know what it's going to take. It's like, what is it going to take? How many more people got to die? How many more celebrities got to die for people to wake up and see that there's something going on? People didn't really flinch. And I feel like Kobe dying was damn near bigger than Michael Jackson dying. And Michael Jackson by far was the bigger celebrity, you know, globally. But it just feel like this Kobe thing hit way harder than Mike. And people took Michael Jackson death hard, but it's just like this one is just like, it just seems different. I don't know why, it just does. But, and then his daughter with him, and that's part of the reason. And you got other people, you know, versus it just being Mike. But it just still seemed like, you know, people had a lot more love for Kobe. I mean, it's all over the place. People had love for Mike, but this one just seems a little bit different. But I don't know what it's going to take. You know, I don't know who else got to die or what else has to happen for people to finally see that, hey, they killing people. Like, it's not a conspiracy. It's not, you know, crazy people talking shit. It's they're killing people. They're offing people who don't do what they want them to do. I don't know what else has to be said or what else has to be done to show people this. This was sure thing of killing to me. It's suspect as fuck. I don't know what else, how else to put it. But, you know, it's sad. It's tragic. But hopefully it just put people in an understanding that this is what happens. There's a lot of people who willing to literally sell their souls to the devil to be famous. And hopefully this make people think twice about, you know, messing with this entertainment industry and being involved in what these people are involved in. Kobe knew what he was involved in, to me, it seemed like, you know, looking at commercials. But, you know, who knows? You know, who knows what the real reason was or why they did what they did or what really happened. I just know that looking at the what's available to us today and the information, you know, it's suspect, and I definitely can't look at it as not being. So yeah, I just wanted to touch bases with you guys on this whole situation. A lot of people inboxed me about it, and you know, I had to take a second, you know, take a step back. Me being a big Kobe Bryant fan and being in those arguments, who better, Kobe, LeBron, you know, and Kobe got stepped over. He did get stepped over, and I always was the one saying that, like, we keep comparing LeBron to Jordan, and it's like, what happened to Kobe? Even though Jordan said out of his own mouth, the person that's closest to him is Kobe. But it's just messed up. It's a sad thing. But I wanted to really just talk about my thoughts on it and looking at the situation that's going on with us in China, and then looking at the fact that Kobe was loved in China. He was bringing basketball to China in a big, major way. And then all of this happens, and people who don't study this stuff don't get it. They won't get the numbers. They won't get the gematria. They won't really get the symbolism. But for you guys, if you're watching this, you're watching me, then you're into this stuff and you're knowledgeable about what we talk about. So you guys can really pick at this yourselves. And I won't go any further with it. It's just, it is what it is. And, you know, he's gone. We got to move on from it and learn from it and see that, you know, this is what they're going to continue to do to us. If we try to move up individually, which is why unity is important. If he was doing something that big and understood it, he should have made sure he had people with him, somebody to keep it going, and definitely, you know, security issues with it. I mean, especially when you got your daughter. I mean, damn, like, was he really that naive about the situation, you know, and what was going to happen? So it's a lot of questions I have that I'll answer personally, you know, for myself, and just looking at it, because it's just the way I am. I'm wired like that. I gotta know. But this one really messed me up for a while. It was a head scratcher, and I didn't connect the dots as far as China. So I really do appreciate Dr. Umar saying what he said about China, and then me looking online and seeing all this information that is true. It's true, and the dude he had a lot going on, man. Y'all got to look into it for yourselves. I put some pictures up so y'all can see. It's suspect. But if you don't know what's going on with America and China right now and understand that, then I can see how people can't connect those dots. And it's weird how I just put the video up about it, you know, right before he died, and it all connects. So to me, you know, they off the dude. Niggas got to wake up and realize what they got themselves into. And as long as we accepting them controlling our entertainment and controlling our wealth and controlling how we make money and how we do what we do, because at the end of the day, we sit back and we go crazy over the movies and what the celebrities doing and everything like that. We go crazy over sports, and we got to realize that they control this shit. They're controlling it. It's theirs. You know, we're in their world. This is their stuff. People be kicking black power all day long, but you know, we talking about everything that we're doing economically is theirs. They own it. You know, even me having my own business, they got their hands in everything that we're doing. Whether you paying taxes or what have you, like they have their hand in everything. And until we liberate ourselves and separate ourselves from their control, we're always going to be controlled until they finish doing whatever they want to do with us. Because they're using our energy, they're using us to fulfill their agenda. They know if we ever got our shit together and did our own thing, we're taking everybody with us. By the round of gas. Everybody follows us. So we gotta really understand the power that we have and how they've been using it against us, and we gotta grasp it and use it for ourselves to benefit ourselves. And understand that while we pushing everybody away from us that's actually trying to help us in a lot of cases, we gotta understand that what we do, they're gonna follow. This is why they keep their freaking foot on our necks, because they know what we will do, they're gonna follow us. Whatever choice we make, whatever decision that we come up with as a people, if we came together and did it as a people, everybody's coming with us. It's just that simple. When you really understand how this shit working and how our energy control everything, I talk about this in many videos, then you understand that that's going to be the case, and they know that. They understand, they know it. Because like I said, if they didn't have us, and if they didn't have the Arabs and everybody they controlling to do what they're doing, then people would see their shit. They've been using the Arabs to control everything and using us to control everything so they can point the finger at us when it's really them. And that's how it works. That's what's going on. So as long as they can keep doing that, then everybody going to think it's us. They're going to think it's them. They're not going to never figure out who's really behind all this nonsense. And it's them. So we got to get our shit together, as we already all know, and we got to start controlling our own shit and stop letting them, use our energy and then kill the people that we love, for their own, stupid gain or what have you, and for stuff that's not going to benefit us. So, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch, and thanks for your patience again with the books and everything. I'm moving as fast as I can on that whole situation, and I appreciate you guys' support. Definitely take advantage of these sales, people. Seriously, they're not going to last for long, especially this digital downloads. I want to get people up to date, because a lot of videos is going to come. So thanks for taking the time to watch. See you next video.